Good evening. It is Thursday, September 9th. We're doing a special simulation show. We had 6 games on the schedule today. You just saw the Twins beat the Tigers on Xbox 4-1. So we have 5 other games to simulate. We're going to try to do those now in the next 30 minutes or so. I'm a little early, but I want to try to leave here in about a half hour to pick up a pizza. I had a little puberty there. Pizza for football tonight. So here's what we're going to do. If you're watching this and want to be a part of this, just drop your name in the comments. I won't see your name as a contributor unless you click the link above me. That gives StreamYard permission to see your name. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this from YouTube, I'll be able to see your comments. But the way this works, we've done this a couple times before. I have, hold on one second. You ever get something caught in your teeth while you're trying to do a show? It's fun. So Danny Pearson's here. He says this should have an ND on it. So Danny is going to help me simulate today. Danny has been on the show before. Geeker's here. So we'll get Geeker to help out here. So here's what we're going to do. We have 5 games. I want to try to keep this under a half hour if I can. So about 6 minutes a game. I'm going to name a game, tell you what the pitching matchup is, and then you guys are going to help me pull a box score from the past. So the first game we're going to do today, and you guys can see on the bottom of the screen, we're going to do the Astros and Royals. We got J.R. Richard versus Brett Saberhagen. So if you're going to stick with me, again, we'll try to get this done as quickly as we can. I'm gonna confer to Danny Pearson. Danny, give me a year between 1903 and 2019, if you could. Danny Pearson, Geeker Cruisin, and myself play in a fantasy league that Geeker and his friend Joe created. It's called the Commish. We had a 3-day draft, which I really liked. So Danny is choosing 1985. Now, if Geeker, if you're still there, give me a day in 1985. It could be anything during the baseball season. So we'll just say like April through September. And I'll see if obviously there were games on that day. All we're doing right now is we're simulating the Astros and Royals. So Geeker chooses August 28th, 1985. That would have been the day that Greg Maternowski turned 9. All right, so I've got 7 games on that day. So now you guys don't know what site I'm pulling from. You don't know what order I have things numbered here. So Danny, I'm going to have you choose a number between 1 and 7, and this will be the result then for the Astros Royals game. Pick a number between 1 and 7, and then I will share that result, update our scoreboard. Danny picks number 6. All right, so we actually have an extra inning game. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my little write-up here, try to create a story in the next couple minutes. I'll try to keep you entertained. This game did go 12 innings. So I'm not going to tell you who won yet. I want to write up a quick story, and then we'll share the result here for you. Astros Royals, J.R. Richard versus Brett Saberhagen. So I'm picking up some pizza in about a half hour. It's not very good pizza. It's Domino's, but it's the closest and it's the cheapest. And I had it about a month ago, and it wasn't terrible. I ordered it the week I became a father in 2005, and it was brutal. But I gave it a chance again, and it wasn't awful. So we're going to do that tonight. So what you guys are watching me do, I do this every night for about 2 hours. I'm basically simulating games. Usually I'll choose one date for the day, hit shuffle. Today we're just going to pull from all over the history of baseball here. Let's see. I will tell you, no home runs were hit in this game. That much I know. Interesting end to this game. And I am using an older Mac. This Mac is about 12 years old. Toppings tonight, we're going pepperoni mushroom. Destroying a book. Now, is that hip hop for like just crushing it, like reading it like feverishly, or like physically destroying a book? All right, guys. So let me update the banner. We have a final from Kansas City. We're simulating the Astros and Royals. And then I'll update the standings here. All right, so the final, and you'll see this on the bottom of the screen here. The final from Kansas City 7, Houston 6 in 12. Kansas City pulling off a sweep of the Astros. Luke Gregerson walking Eric Hosmer with the bases loaded to end this game. Alcides Escobar had 3 hits and 2 runs scored for the Royals as they pull off a sweep. They're 15 back in the South, so it doesn't look like they'll have a postseason this year. But this does hurt Houston, who is now 9 back. They're 6 back of a wild card with 15 to play. So Kansas City improves to 64 and 77. 15 back. I'm just updating everything right now, so I don't have to do anything tonight. Kansas City's now won 4 straight games. And Houston has lost 3 straight. They were hot for a while. And again, they are 9 back. So we'll get to the second game here in a minute. I'm going to try to get to everyone's comments here shortly. Again, kind of working with an older Mac. A lot of buffering, especially when I just woke the computer up like 10 minutes ago. I do the game. You're actually watching this from my phone, but what I'm using is my computer. The phone is actually docked on the computer. The phone works fine, but the Mac is quite old. Houston 32 and 40 on the year on the road. Minus 37 run differential. All right, so we're done. We got some comments here. All right, so Geeker's 2-year-old son is physically destroying a book. All right, so the next game we're going to do, so 1 down, 5 to go. You can see the banner on the end. The Twins beat the Tigers earlier on Xbox 4-1. And the Kansas City Royals sweep the Houston Astros 7-6 and 12 today. Now we're going to go to an incredible pitching matchup in Colorado. Sandy Koufax versus Rube Foster. Rube Foster, of course, joined the Colorado Rockies this year, Negro League Hall of Famer, threw a no-hitter earlier in the year. He's 13-8. Koufax is 12-10 on the year. So Geeker, I'm going to have Geeker throw me out a year here. $1943, I like it. And Danny, if you want to throw me a date. Don't be cute and say like December 15th, or I will smack you in the mouth. All right, so we're going to use 1943. We're going to get a date here from Danny. Geeker said he did that last time. I've done that myself. 7/28. Here we go. So we're going to pull from July 28th, 1943. So on that day, we had 9 games in the big leagues. So Geeker, I'm going to have you choose a number between 1 and 9, and that's going to be our Dodger-Rocky final. Now the Dodgers are 8.5 back in the West, but they're only 2.5 out of a wild card. Colorado is 3 back of the Dodgers, so both still in it. And then Geeker chooses number 4. So update my spreadsheet. And again, what I'm doing here is I'm writing the storyline, if you will. We'll share that with you here in a second. The second straight game that no homers were hit. And again, I do this pretty much every night. But when I do it alone for 16 games, it's 2 hours. This is only 5. And I got to keep a straight face so I don't give away anything here. And you guys are free. Obviously you guys now have the dates. You can go in to, I'll share the website I'm using. You can pull these box scores and see what I'm pulling from after the show today. I don't know how to spell some of these names. I'm a good speller, but not with proper names. Formal name or whatever, names. All right, so go to my banner here. We'll update Dodgers and Rockies. Important game for both, as neither team right now is in postseason contention. I mean, they have a chance. They're just not in position right now. But the final from Denver today, the Rockies 6 and the Dodgers 4. Dodgers led this game 4-2 entering the bottom of the 8th inning. The Rockies scored 4 runs in the 8th, highlighted by a 2-run single by DJ LeMahieu in this game. Rube Foster collects the win, 8 innings, 4 earned, 4 strikeouts. Sandy Koufax did not factor into the decision. 7 innings, 2 earned. Eric Gagne gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning he pitched. Taylor Buchholz struck out 2 to earn his 15th save, but the Rockies win it 6-4. So updating my standings, the Dodgers fall to 9 games back in the West. Again, that's with 15 to play. They're only 3 out of a wild card, though, as they're chasing the Angels, 3 back of the Angels, and they have each other head-to-head coming up very soon. And then the next game we're going to do, just give me about a minute or two here, updating the standings. We're going to do the White Sox and Indians. All right. So 2 down, 3 to go. Geeker asks, any clear-cut MVP or clear-cut Cy Young candidates? Right now, I would say, and I might even make this a poll at the end of the season. Right now, I would say Carlos Delgado is in the hunt. He's top 5 in homers. He leads the league in RBIs. Barry Bonds hitting like 330. Top 10 in homers, top 10 or so in RBIs. I think he has 20 steals. Bryce Harper's got to be in consideration. The Nationals, and the 8th place team in the universe last year. They're in 3rd place right now. He leads the universe with 32 homers. There's other names, like Ty Cobb's having another big year. For Cy Young, we got Jose Rios, 16-3. Old Hoss Radbourn for the Bulls, I believe, has 17 wins. Addie Joss for Cleveland has 18 wins. Bob Gibson, I know the Cardinals are in 7th place, but he leads the league in ERA. He's only 12-10, but those are some of the names right now. I'm sure I'm leaving some out. Good question there. So we got 2 games down, 3 games left. We're going to do the White Sox and Indians here. Lucas Giolito versus Bob Feller. Let's see. It's Danny's turn. Danny's going to choose a year for us. And then just kind of let you know for the standings in the North. I apologize again. My computer is kind of buffering. I'm trying to go from spreadsheet to spreadsheet. I'm having some issues right now. I rarely have any issues with the actual browser, like to pull up internet, but my spreadsheet, I think the file is too big. So we're going to use 1969, and then Geeker, if you want to throw a date out from 1969. (1969) was the year after the year of the pitcher. Was the year that Major League Baseball expanded to playoffs, as Jim Mora would say. June 6th, 1969. And then what I'm going to do is see how many games were played on that day. All right, we have 12. So Danny, pick a number between 1 and 12, and that will be the White Sox Indians. Indians 3.5 behind Cincinnati. White Sox 16.5 back. But, only 7.5 out of a wild card with 15 to play. It's not likely, but it's not impossible. Indians could really use this game. They do have the Reds head-to-head later in the next couple weeks, but let's see what we got here. All right, Danny tried to be cute, giving us 9.5, but he changed it to 9. So here we go. Rubber game between these two teams. White Sox took game 1. Indians took game 2. Today's game in Cleveland, Lucas Giolito versus Bob Feller. All right. This game, I can tell you, went the regulation 9 innings. That much I can tell you. There was a home run hit in this game, just one. And I'll tell you, and this won't give away if they won or lost, but the home run was hit by Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Indians. His 18th of the year. Did it lead to a victory? Geeker says 1 homer in 3 games. I was always a bigger fan of K's. I liked it when the home run was special. When, if a guy hit 30, it was news. If a guy hit 40, it was like historic. And then when Cecil Fielder hit 50, my mind was just blown because I think the last time that happened before that was like 1977. And, I was a year and a half old. So let's get the banner updated here. White Sox and Indians. We did have 2 homers hit in that Xbox game today. Alan Trammell and Greg Gagne. Not Greg Gagne from the AWA. All right, so the final from Cleveland. The White Sox 5 and the Indians 3. This game was tied after 7. The White Sox putting up single tallies in the 8th and 9th. Joe Jackson with 3 hits today, an RBI and a run scored. Lucas Giolito wins it for the White Sox. He's 13-10. Bob Feller, the tough luck loser, he's now 13-9. Let me just confirm. Yeah, Jackson 3 hits, an RBI and a run scored. Bobby Thigpen the save, is 15th. So the Jose Ramirez homer doesn't factor into a win for Cleveland. Cleveland now falls to 4 games back of Cincinnati. Cincinnati is the best record in the universe right now. 88-53. They're playing .624 baseball. So Cleveland's 4 games out now, 84-57. That's still good for the second best record in the universe. 4 games back. Let's see. I feel like my math is off here. 43-26 at home. White Sox win pulls them to within a game of the Tigers for 4th place. 16 games back, but they are 7 games out of a wild card. All right, so we got 2 games left. Danny says, Geeker, we helped the Sox win. Dang it. It's because I just watched Field of Dreams. So karma is in the air for the White Sox. All right, 2 games left now. Now this is a big one. This next game is actually the Phillies and Mets. This was our ESPN game today. Steve Carlton versus Tom Seaver. These teams have identical records right now of 68 and 72. They're both 6.5 out in the East. They're 4.5 out of a wild card. So the winner of this game is going to be just 4 back in the wild card. So this is a big one. Phillies and Mets. Again, Carlton versus Seaver. What do we got here? Geeker's going to give me a year. Two games left here, and we're going to go a little over a half hour, it looks like, but we're still going to finish before 6, which was the goal. That's, I think, why I went early, just in case. So 2001, and Danny, if you want to give me a date from 2001, we're doing Phillies and Mets here. Phillies won game 1 in this series, and the Mets won game 2. April 21st, 2001. All right, and then what we've been doing for the other 3 games, we're going to count to see how many games we have here. We had 15 games. So, Geeker, if you want to give me a number between 1 and 15. Come on, let's get a Mets win. Come on. P.S. The other Joe and I, our league is A, nicknamed Joey Long Turns, and B, took the longest in the draft. C is a Ravens fan. Karma. All right, number 11. Joey Long Turns. I like that. So number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Clicking the box score, see what we got here. Oh, all right. We have an interesting outcome here. Again, the winner of this game, just 4 back in the East for the wild card, 6 back of the division. Both within reach, I would say. All right. I will tell you, and again, without giving out the end result yet, I will tell you that the catcher for one of these teams hit 2 homers today. And the 2 catchers in this game were Darren Dalton for Philadelphia and Mike Piazza for the Mets. One of those 2 gentlemen hit 2 homers in this game. The other team also hit 2 homers as a team. So there were 4 homers hit in this game. We'll get your result here very shortly. Danny's predicting a Mets win. Greg says it's Piazza. We'll find out here shortly, folks. And then after this, we have 1 game left. All right, so once again, updating the banner. Phillies and Mets from Citi Field. Rubber game of a 3-game series. Phillies took game 1. Mets won last night. We'll see what happens here. And again, this was our ESPN telecast today. Steve Carlton versus Tom Seaver. All right, so the final from Citi Field, the Phillies 4 and the Mets 3. Darren Dalton, 2 homers in this game. He actually hit a homer in the 9th to break the tie at 3-3. So Dalton's 2 homers, big day. Pete Alonso and Lenny Dykstra homering for the Mets. Ryan Matza, the winner for the Phillies, he's 4-0. Jesse Orosco, the loser, he's 1-5. Tug McGraw, ironically, got the save for the Phillies against his old mates, the Mets, his 15th of the year. Alonso would also add a double in this game. So the Phillies, with the winner, 69-72. They're just 6 back in the East, just 4 back of the wild card. Right now I'm doing standings math. So the Mets lose. That puts them 7 out. Mets are playing really good baseball at home this year. They're 43-29. So that's a rare loss for them. All right. So our final game today is going to be the Expos and Orioles. We got Steve Rogers, was an 18-game winner last year for the Expos against Jim Palmer, underwear model from the 80s. Since Greg's in the building, we'll have Greg participate here. We'll actually give Greg the entire thing here, but I want to thank Danny and Geeker for helping out, and hopefully you're still with us here. But Greg, if you're still watching, give me a date and a year from the history of baseball. It can be any date and year as long as there was Major League Baseball played on that day. And by God, Greg, if you screw this up, you'll never be a guest on the show again. Greg Fokker, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Fokker. It's funny because it sounds like fucker, the swear word, as I probably just got kicked off of YouTube. But you can say that on YouTube, right? I mean, there's so much questionable stuff on YouTube. So, Greg, if you're there, if you're watching us, Greg, give me a date and a year. So, August 28th, 2006. That was the year that Greg turned, what, 30? 30? All right. So, let's do that. August 28th, 2006. We're doing the Expos and the Orioles. 8 games on that day. Greg, pick me a number between 1 and 8, young man. If you could. If you could. And then I'm going to go pick up a pizza. Greg Fokker picks number 4. All right. The teaser I'll give you here is that there was a shutout in this game. Did the winning team hit any homers? 3 of them. All right, so someone says they don't like the hat. This is the hat the Brewers wore the year I was born, 1975. And it fits me well because I just got a haircut. So if people are leaving because of it, then I feel sorry for them. Oh, all right. Give me 1 second, folks. My spreadsheet crashed. Usually takes me about a minute or 2 to bring it back up. I hope everything's saved. If it's not, I can just watch this telecast later today. Oh, did you think this was Michigan? Yeah, this is Milwaukee Brewers. This is what they wore before the ball and glove logo. I think I bought this at Miller Park. This was the last and maybe only hat I ever bought at Miller Park because they're like $150 there. Yeah, let me just confirm it's not the Michigan Wolverines, although as a kid I did kind of dig the Fab Five. All right, so just got to bring my spreadsheet back up here. I'll just be a minute, and then we'll get you this result, and then it'll be time for some football. real and otherwise. The winning team, again, this game was a shutout, and there were 3 homers hit by the winning team. Danny Pearson says, go Cowboys. Geeker Cruisin says, Bills Mafia. I certainly need the Bills to do well this year because I have Josh Allen in 3 leagues. All right, so update the banner here. This is our last game, and then we'll let you guys enjoy your evenings here. Want to thank Danny, Geeker, and Greg for helping me simulate a night of utopian hardball. All right, so here's our final game. The final score from Baltimore today. The Orioles 9 and the Expos nothing. Jim Palmer, 7 scoreless, 5 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, 3 homers by the Orioles today. Frank Robinson, Eddie Murray, and Nick Markakis. Trey Mancini had a big day. 3 for 4, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored as the Orioles win. They take this series. They won game 1. They lost yesterday. They win today. They join the Phillies. They are just 6 games back in the East with 15 left, 4 games behind the Red Sox and Nationals for that last wild card. And the Expos, last place, 15 games out. So again, thank you to Danny, Geeker, and Greg for simulating. Geeker talking some fantasy football, which I love. The irony is Geeker's a Bills fan. He's in 3 leagues with me. We play each other in all 3, and I have Josh Allen in all 3. So, and Andrew Pfeffer's a Bills fan, so I think Andrew Pfeffer's rooting for me to get 3 wins this weekend as well. Again, thank you to Danny, Geeker, and Greg for simulating September 9th. It's Trisha O'Reilly's birthday. Happy birthday, Trish. We did not get you a win today in the Utopian for the Mets, but I hope you had a great birthday anyway. Everyone else, there won't be a report tonight because this was it. This is all the games. I'll post the new standings in the next couple hours or so. I'll probably just post it tonight because I'm leaving right now for that pizza. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow in the cafe at 7:30 a.m.